Okay. I think everything should be good. All right. Yeah, we're getting started a little early today. I'm getting started just to make sure that everything is set up properly. Um yeah, alas, what is going on here? I got to figure out some details. I got to deal with all the details. All right. Yeah, so we're here for Title Tuesday. Is everything working? I'm not sure if this is working or not. Um the buttons seem to be on. Everything seems to be in order, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, yeah, it seems the live is working. Nice. Nice, it's time to go. It's time to get moving. Yeah, everything should be good. I gotta figure some things out though. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I can really figure everything out. All right, I think I figured it out. Yeah, I had to. I've been having to tinker around with all the settings, but everything should be good. Yo, what's up? What's up, Reeth? Yeah, it's completely wild. There's almost no way for me to set up monetization on these streams, but I think I did. I think we got it done. All right, everything's good. It's time to go. Yeah, we got 30 minutes. 30 minutes before the games begin. So I'm just gonna play some games online for the moment. Um, I guess I could leave the tournament first. I'll leave the tournament and then come back. I got 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes to kill. No rush. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not having the videos. It's just my life is a mess at the moment. As you can see, I'm wearing the Paraguay shirt. That means things are very serious. That means things are very serious. Okay? What was this? What was that move? That's the funniest pre-move I've ever seen. Alright, so we got a Nimzo Indian up a bishop. Um, yeah, everything's gonna be fine, guys. It's just I have so much work. I'm working so much. The past 3 days, I sort of took off from work, and by take off from work, I mean I only did half of my normal workload, but it's still a lot. I'm really trying my hardest. Let me know if the sound is good. I think the sound should be good. Last time the microphone was not strong, but I put an effect on the microphone to make it a lot stronger this time around. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, just make sure if for whatever reason my microphone is not clearly understandable, just let me know. Because I can tinker around with the settings. I learned how to tinker around with the settings. I'll just take this pawn twice. Nothing to even think about here. This is the end of the game. Too much pressure here. Yeah, it's time to go. It's really time to go here. All right. That was a wild game. That was a bananas game. We got a lot more time. We got like what, 20 minutes? 25 minutes. We're playing Denmark. We're playing a guy named Denmark, though he has the American flag. He's the American flag and a Stand With Ukraine profile pic, so this is very confusing. I'm not sure what country I'm playing against. Nice. That's good to hear. Opponent is going for the hippo. Hippo does not work against the bird, though. Alright, I'm just going to take the pawn. Bishop is on the wrong side of everything. Here we have a lot of ideas. I mean, a3, b4 is a classic idea. Yeah, let's go for that. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm in check. I'm in check. I can't do that. Alright, well, what are we going to do here, then? Queen d2 is possible. Thanks. Thanks, it's time to go. Let's play king f2. Wild move, king f2. Takes, we get our bishop to e3. Queen c7. Should I put the knight on c3 or what? How are we gonna... If I could get my knight to b5, it's the end of the game. Let's play knight a3. Sneaky move. I'm going for b5, but I want to keep my c-pawns options open. Creating tension with c4 is a critical idea in this position. Very uncomfortable position for him at the moment. Queen is going to have to continue dodging the tricks. Here, can we take? Yeah, this is really bad. He can't take with the knight because of the bishop. Has to take with the pawn. Could also try taking with the queen, but that should not be good. Yeah, here we have knight c4. This is an unmitigated disaster. This is a complete disaster for him. He's nationally challenged. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I'm trying. I strive to master the bird. I'm not sure if I ever will. But yeah, knight b6. Knight b6 is going to be killer. Look at that. Hitting those two pieces. It's time to go. We got to get moving. Yeah, the videos will start coming out at some point. Just stay patient. Like, trust me, it's for the best for this channel. Pretty much just what happened was I'm studying video editing, so I'm learning a lot of new tricks. It's a real process though, but the whole idea was that I was trying to do that and do like 10 other things. But the problem is that if I was making daily videos, okay, he just dropped a piece here. I take in this knight is hanging. If I was daily videos take up like 3 hours of my time pretty much because I have to do the recording. The recording is like 1 hour or like 45 minutes. And then the editing is like another hour. And then getting the thumbnail and just setting all the rest up is maybe another 20 minutes. So I guess it doesn't come out to 3 hours, but it comes out to quite a bit. Eagle and Hawkeyes playing the bird. Yeah, man, people tell me I have the Hawkeyes. Playing King Star 70 from Brazil. Let's play e5. Yeah, I've been looking into... I found a lot of inspiration for my new Gambit-themed course. I was a bit stuck as to what I'm going to do against the king pawn. But now I have some ideas. So I'm excited. Gambit course is going to take a very, very long time to come out. What is this? Oh, I blundered. I made a blunder here. You're not supposed to castle here because they can take and then win the pawn. You're supposed to play b5 first. How did you learn this positional style? I taught it to myself. A self-taught grandmaster. Yeah, completely, not joking at all, though. I really worked hard on, on studying positional chess, and I taught it to myself. The Elephant Gambit is a cool one. Yeah, man, I taught Karpov positional chess. I'm Karpov's stepfather. What are we gonna do here? This is a weird position. I've never gotten this position because normally it's with b5. I could play b5 and go back into what I know, but I wanna make use of the transposition. Let's play d5. Go for a really weird Marshall Gambit with the pawn on b7 rather than b5. d3. Well, then we play bishop g4. All right, is he gonna snatch the pawn? Does he want to get snacking? Does Bruv want to get snacking? Karpov's uncle, exactly. Never mind the fact I'm 50 years younger than him. Everything is turning out fantastic. This morning there was a lot of really loud, annoying construction, but now it seems that it's settled down. They've gone to lunch. They've gone to their almoço, which is Portuguese for lunch. Yeah, so we have a normal Marshall Gambit here, except with my pawn on b7 rather than b5. I think this is a very big... I think it's a very nice difference for black, actually, because normally they can try to include their dislocated rook more easily with a4 and then takes and opening up their rook. But here, such a resource is not going to be possible. Let's play f5, just attack this g-pawn. Hippo can be good. It's time to go. Hippo can definitely be good, but you gotta be careful about when to use it. Do not use it against the bird. The bird slays the hippo 10 times out of 10. Just look at any fight between an eagle and a hippo and tell me what happens. The eagle uses its talons to pull the hippo out of the water. What are we gonna do here? This is a wild position. I mean, this has to be good for, This is a complete mess. I don't know what's happening here. What is happening in this position? I'll play queen d7. I don't know. Did he play c4? He plays c4 or c5. I'm just dropping a piece. What was my whole plan here? I gotta start attacking him. I'm gonna play rook e8 and just try to trade pieces. c4. Let's play... Can I play rook e8? Yeah, it's a strong eagle, exactly. Exactly, you know what it's about. Could I play knight e3 takes and f3? This position is wild. Let's play rook f8 for the moment. If he wants to take, he can take. Knight d2. Okay, now it's definitely time for knight e3. It's time to go. We got to get moving. Takes. Yeah, that's tricky. He doesn't really have a choice here. He has to jump the gun. He has to bite the bullet. If he takes, I take back with the rook. We're going to get this because we're threatening this, and the queen is going to be hanging. Takes? Okay, we're taking with the rook. Rook f1, big threat. Bishop f5 would have also been nice. Let's play rook f2 here. Rook f2, what a move. Could also have taken, but rook f2 is much stronger. If we can get rid of the queen, my queen is going to swoop in for the kill. The bird wing gambit? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the way to go. Takes. This has to be over. This just has to be completely over. Queen h3, he'll play knight f3, and I'll play bishop h5. There's no way he's holding on here. Bishop g3 also a huge threat. It's time to go. Take with a check. Let's keep on checking him. Keep the checks up. I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. He's gonna have to come out. But then we check and we're gonna take this. It's time to go. It's really time to go. How is he gonna stop this? He has to play knight f3? Nice. We're up to 27:17. What time is it? 11:40? Tempo de ir embora. Exato. We gotta go. You know, I've noticed that that's like the biggest difference between English and Portuguese, and English between English from any Romance language. English is just so much more focused on consonants. You're spending a lot of time enunciating the consonants in English, while in Portuguese, you're enunciating the vowels. You're focusing on the vowels and the intonations. And normally, when I'm at home working, I'm just working in English, either teaching lessons in English, writing courses in English, or I don't know, just making videos in English, for instance. So when I go outside, my mind is still focused on that consonant focused type of speech, and it takes me like 15 or 20 minutes after going outside and talking with Brazilians to get back in like the flow of things, because immediately upon leaving my house, like the first few words I say, I speak in the most gringo accent possible. Yeah, it's time to go. What is this position? What is this game? Portuguese is a cool language. It's time to go. What is this opening? Well, in some ways, yes, in some ways, no. Portuguese has a lot less sound rules. The rules for what certain letters sound like in English is very difficult. All right, this should be good. He could play c5. What's he going for here? Queen a4. Uh-oh. Let's play knight b6. Play bishop c7. Really wild position here. Look at this. What is happening here? Is he going to play knight b5? Is he going to poke the bear? Let's play bishop e8. What is going on here? This knight is very misplaced. But at the same time, I should have some really nice pressure over here. Let's play knight g4. Actually, well, how am I gonna break through the attack here? Let's start with bishop g4. If I can get this square for good, his late squared bishop is quite good in this position. This is a real mess. I don't know what's happening here. Should I just play knight f6? What's going on, adventurer? What's happening? It's time to go. This is definitely not a From gambit. I'm playing the black pieces, man. How could this be a From gambit? Let's play knight c8. I need to get one of these squares for my queen. If I could get one of these squares for my queen, it's go time. Let's play knight d6. Alright, here, queen b7. Uh-oh. I just dropped a piece. It's literally time to go. Alright, I'm just going to resign. It's time to go. I thought his queen was pinned here. I didn't realize his queen was defended. Tricky situation. Definitely tricky situation there. 11:45 a.m. I guess this will be the last game I play practice. I'll take like a 10-minute break before the title Tuesday. That was a really strange position there. Okay. It's time to go. It's really time to go. I gotta let me fix the screen a little bit. Alright, nice. That should be much better. This guy's aborting. We got another game? He wants... Wait, so no, he just did that to get to avoid the bird? Alright, yeah, he's gonna get another bird. Alright. Where you want to go? That's a good question. I think we could play e4 here. I forgot this theory. In my bird course, there's an extensive chapter on the horsefly defense with knight h6, but it's not. It shouldn't be that good. We play king c2 here. This should be quite good. The knight is really, really bad here. No, the barking dogs are coming. They're just on lunch break. Don't you worry, the barking dogs are definitely coming. It's not Brazil if there are no barking dogs. Let's play e5 here. Knights are going to be really, really bad. I want to make sure to groove my bishop into this square, though. Alright, he's not letting me my bishop find the Emperor's new groove. Let's play h4. I do not want to allow g5. Do not want to allow g5 in any capacity. Where should my knight head? This is the weakness, but it's very hard to target. Maybe my knight should aim for g5? I don't even... How would my knight ever get to g5? How would my knight ever get to h3 to get to g5? I don't see how that would be possible. Instead, I guess he wants to put his bishop on c5, so let's play b4. Just nip that in the bud. We'll play a4. I'm going to put my bishop on e3. Alright, he's playing the very slow game. He wants to play h6 and then g5. We're not going to let him. Rook g1. It's time to go. Bishop h6. Sneaky guy. If I play bishop e3, then he takes and he has a pin. We just got to leave everything in place there. I got to leave this bishop here. How am I going to develop otherwise, though? Let's play rook a2. I'm going to play king b3 and get the rook out this way. He has so much discomfort here because of this weak pawn. There's also going to be a lot of construction, I can tell. I think everyone is on lunch break now, but all morning there was massive amounts of construction. So do be ready. Yeah, based on my experiences with traveling, I would bet that South America is the most constructed place, or it has the most ongoing construction in the world, because like in my apartment building in Paraguay, literally every day for 6 months there was construction. Maybe not every day, that's an exaggeration, but like every other day there was construction. And in the 3 places I've been in Brazil, all of them have been nearby like massive construction sites. All right, finally we can get the knight out now. Something is up with Brazilian construction. Let's put the knight on c2. What is he going for in this position? What am I going for in this position? Where's my knight headed? How do I get my knight here? Okay, it's going to have to go this way. Finally. Yeah, it's going to get over there eventually. Oh, wait. My bishop is hanging. My bishop is hanging. No, he found it. He spotted it. That's too bad. I dropped a pawn. I dropped a big pawn there. Let's play h5. I want to attack this bishop. That's a very good question. I think long term I'm going to be traveling, but for the next year I'll be in Brazil. I have just a lot of different courses and projects to do, and it's simpler just to stay in Brazil. Portuguese is a nice language, but I want to, my original goal was to learn 10 languages, but that's just not going to be feasible, if I want to do anything else with my life. So my new, more restrained goal, and I guess it was sort of my original goal, was to just master 5 foreign languages. So Portuguese will be done, and I'll be going to Taiwan. I'll be going to Taiwan, and it's going to be a lot of work. I'll have to figure it out. But pretty much, I don't think I'm going to be spending forever here in Brazil. Brazil's a very nice country. It's very hard to get sick of it, but even so, I am looking for some novelty. 91, knight f3, knight d4. I gotta start to play quicker. Let's play b5. Just gonna put the knight on c5. We do this. A wild game here. Completely bananas position. I'll read the chat in a second. I see the chat moving, but I gotta go. What is going on here? What could this possibly be? He should just start throwing the a-pawn down the board. I would bet that this is going to be how the game ends. All right. We got to go. We got to go. It's time to go. Wild stuff at the moment. Bananas position. Uh-oh. All right. Yeah, so well, I guess we'll just enter the tournament now. It's time to go. We gotta get moving. what else do I speak? That's like that's a hard question. You can go to my website. I legitimately wrote like a big page on my website describing it. It's several languages, but not that well. The languages I'm very really close to fluent in. I'm more or less fluent in Portuguese, and I'm more or less fluent in Spanish, and I'm close to fluent in Chinese, Mandarin specifically. No, this is Tip Tuesday. Yeah, you're an OG if you remember Tip Tuesday. Yeah, we're just waiting here. We're just chilling around. We're just hanging around. It's time to go. What number? What number are we here? Damn, I'm below Rosen. That's not a good sign. Normally I'm above Rosen. We're number 116. Yeah, Russian is one of my five languages. Russian is one of the five languages I want to learn. I haven't learned Russian in literally ages, though. I studied it one semester in college. It's definitely like my fast five. The five languages that I'm going to really be focusing on and trying to become professionally fluent in are Mandarin, Portuguese, French, Turkish, and Russian. All of those five I've already studied to some degree, but only Portuguese am I remotely close to fluent in. Probably, I'm not even sure you could say that I'm fluent in Portuguese because when I go on the street, people can tell that I'm a foreigner. Everyone knows what I'm saying, but they can tell that I'm a foreigner. I'm still not speaking in the normal vernacular. Yeah, yeah, I'd love to get a game against Simon. How am I learning? I really like the site Preply. Yeah, Preply, if my channel ever grows to like huge things, I would love to get like a brand deal or some type of sponsorship from Preply because I use Preply all the time. Preply, it just allows you to pay like these tutors in foreign countries like $10 an hour, and for them $10 is a lot of money. But of course, for like by American standards, $10 for a class is a fantastic deal. So it's I think it's a fantastic resource. It's a site called Preply, Ply. Very, very nice website. Yo, what's up, Randall Times? Yeah, Gwen Stefani, friend of the show. What's my best title Tuesday score? I think it's 8.5. Yeah, Portuguese is a lovely language. Really lovely language. I do think it's going to be my favorite language, even after having studied the others are all very interesting in their own unique way. Like when I was choosing the five, I made sure to spread them out and make sure that they were trying to cover like a diverse family of languages. The only ones that are remotely close in that set are French and Portuguese, two Romance languages technically, but I find both of them really interesting. Hence, I made an exception. If I had room for six or seven, I would definitely try to swap in Italian. But, Italian, I got to keep my plate nice and not packed to the brim with things. My plan for learning languages is to always be in these countries that are speaking the languages pretty much. That's like the easiest way to get practice in. Now that I'm working a lot, it's something I honestly just forget about, but literally every time I step outside, I'm training a language pretty much because I live in Brazil, so no one speaks English here. Very few people. So it's just like forced practice at that point. Yeah, at some point I'll do it. Wait, yeah, Space. You're the guy who asked me to DM to who asked to DM me. What happened to that? I told you to DM me on chess.com and I never got a DM. I was waiting. I was waiting by my computer, waiting for your chess.com DM and I never got a DM. Yeah, Russian is a very hard language. I mean, I don't know. Russian is definitely like mid tier. I don't think Russian is top tier though. Like Turkish is by far the hardest language I've studied yet. Turkish is so weird. Like Russian, I know Russian has the cases. They got some issues with the cases. It's a bit tricky with the cases. But Turkey, as opposed to Russia's five cases, I think Turkey has nine. Turkey has nine cases, and also just the Turkish language is so strange. If you want to study a weird language, study Turkish. It's much weirder than anything. Believe it or not, it's weirder than Mandarin. Like you'd expect, Mandarin with the characters to definitely be the weirdest of the bunch. Yeah. I'm not sure about. Yeah, Russian is tricky. I mean, Russian has a lot of words though that are very similar to English. They have the same type of root as English. Like I'm thinking about Russian, normalna is a word, and that means normal. So there is still a bit of carryover. Interesna is interesting. There's some words that have the same root that like found their way into English. I think both of them were built from roots from Romance languages. That's what I would assume. That's what I would assume. I'm definitely no linguistics professor, but that's what I would assume. Turkish, on the other hand, Turkish, you're not going to find any word that's remotely close. Another language that is unbelievably difficult is this language called Magyar, which they speak in Hungary. Oh, it's about Title Tuesday is about to begin. I gotta get ready. I can't be riffing on languages. But yeah, Magyar is unbelievably difficult. You go to Hungary, you go to Budapest, you walk around, you see the signs for like a pharmacy or something, and you have no idea whether it's a pharmacy, a supermarket, a dentist's office, a carnival. You just have no idea what these signs mean because literally all of the words are just so foreign from anything you would remotely be able to place. Yeah, immersion is good. All right, let's play knight c3. We got the classic playing Caleb Levy. Never heard of this gentleman. E6, let's play d3, queen e2, h3, g4. I gotta look more into this theory. Yeah, this is what I recommend in my course. I have not studied this part of my in a while. The idea is that we're gonna play bishop g2 castle, and we have a very nice version of a King's Indian defense here. Thanks. Guys, remember, this is a serious tournament, so just try to lay keep calm with the whole recommendations. Chess.com is going to get upset if you start recommending moves. All right, a5. What are we going to do here? There's a lot of really interesting ideas. Yo, was that a sub or a follow? Thanks for the sub, man. It's time to go. Yeah, big shout out to ADL for the sub. Stick the knight on b5. I don't know what's going to happen. This is just a classic idea. They play a5, you stick the knight on b5. And you wait for something to happen. I got a really interesting idea here. c3, knight d4, and then take this way. And we have the weirdest structure known to man. I'm not sure if I want to play c3, though, because the bishop is going to chomp on d3. I poured myself this cup of coffee, but I let it sit here for like 40 minutes while I was riffing about languages. And now it's cold. It's a lukewarm cup of coffee. Alright, this should be good. I really like this. This is something that I've only recently started to appreciate. Like, pretty much after I made GM did I really start to appreciate this. If they push rook pawn 2 squares, just install your knight on knight 5. It's a very strong idea. Also, it works the other way. If they play h5, stick your knight on g5. Knight is sitting very comfortably here on b5. Yeah, definitely since making GM, I've only like gotten slightly better in chess. Let's play a4. Groove the knight in. I've only gotten slightly better at chess, but I've just gained a deeper appreciation for these tiny little rules. Let's play knight e5. Self-enforced. There's no way to put on E-mode only mode. As long... Guys, I'm going to say, though, if you suggest moves, I'm going to have to ban you, unfortunately. Like, that's the only way that I can exercise chess.com's protocol. Alright, what are we going to do here? I could play queen f3 and attack this pawn, or queen... Let's play bishop d2 to begin with. Let me attack this. His pieces are completely stuck here. He's not going to... Like, how is he going to be able to get out if he plays knight e7? I just take this pawn here. He plays b6. We could even try b4 there. He's playing c6. It's a really rambunctious move. Let's throw in a check. Throwing in a check, taking... I want to take on a5. Mans is stuck. Sim, eu tô no Brasil. Claro que eu tô no Brasil, mas eu tô falando inglês, né? Você tava observando isso. Mas eu tenho sotaque, né? Eu tenho sotaque de gringo. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Everyone here in Brazil still can tell that I'm a foreigner. Just play a5, open everything up. He's going to get mated. Just going to put the rook here, queen here. It's time to go. So should I take or push e5? I like e5 a bit more, because with e5 we're locking this knight out. Knight is not going to be able to free itself. Also, bishop is liberated. What's up, Sarah Merrill? I'm going to take here, put my bishop on c5. He should stick his king on a6. That's the best thing he could do in this position. Stick the king on a6, I'm probably not going to be able to get at the king. So he didn't stick the king on a6, and now he's going to pay a big price. How do I win? Let's play bishop c5 here. Takes, I'm going to play queen f7. Trading off the last defender, my d-pawn is going to be free to move. Once my d-pawn moves... Okay, so that blunders. I could just take here. Once my d-pawn moves, I kick this rook out, and bishop c6 is going to decide. Nice. Okay, so what is the win here? You can just take and take. That's simple. That's simple, and it's time to go. Nice, yeah, well, man, I'm speaking, eu tô falando em inglês, né, porque eu tô gerando conteúdo em inglês. Mas eu tenho outro canal. É chamado Grande Mestre Gringo, e você pode, qual é a palavra? You can find it, você pode procurar ela no meu canal normal. Alright, we're completely winning. It's time to go. Yeah, I'm excited for both channels that I'm launching at the moment. Of course, I'm excited for the English channel. The English channel, I have a lot of cool ideas. But in a weird way, the Portuguese channel, because there's so few GMs making any content in Portuguese, there's enormous room for what is it? There's enormous room. What is the word? Guys, what is the word in economics when you come into an industry and you just shake it up? There's some special word. There's some special word when you're just like inverting the market. I can't tell what it is, but it definitely exists. There's some special like economic financial word for a business that changes the game. But suffice it to say, I have a lot of ideas for my Portuguese channel. And yeah, with the Portuguese channel is going to be very easy to really succeed with once I get going, because there's just literally, I think there are like 3 GMs making content, and they're just making very normal content. They're doing a good job with it. I'm definitely not gonna be roasting any of the GMs making content in Portuguese, but it's just very normal stuff. Disruptive, exactly. That's the word. It's time to get disruptive. It's time to go. All right, we got one win. That was a really clean win. Whew. Just waiting around here. Got my nice cup of Joe. Nuisance? Yeah, it's the nuisance. Yeah, it's the nuisance chess of economics. It's the nuisance chess of YouTube of um of YouTube metrics. Yeah, this is over, obviously. He just goes down the board and then he's gonna burn a tempo with this pawn at some point. Alright. How many more games we got? What am I gonna be playing as black this tournament? My black repertoire is still really flimsy at the moment. Black repertoire is really stuck. And it's time to go. It's really time to go. Of a nasty dunk? Yeah. That's true. That's wise. Randall times. That's cool. It's yeah, it's definitely time to go. This is a very hard position to win. This is such a hard position to play if you only have a few seconds. Yeah, Black needs to do everything he can to keep this pawn on the board. Do I follow any sports? I follow soccer, as you can tell. Can't you see my Paraguay jersey? My Paraguay football jersey? It's time to go. How many more games we got? We really got to get moving. We got to get moving and we got to get going. Because it's time to go. That's a bad move. That's a terrible move. That was just that. What? Okay, well now, yeah. I guess I shouldn't be roasting these people. They're playing with like half a second. I've played far worse with half a second. Um, yeah, there were a lot of blunders there though. Do you guys follow any sports? What do y'all follow? I was supposed to be playing soccer tonight with some of my boys, some of my friends, but I injured my ankle. So I'm going to have to miss out. I really stink at soccer. I played soccer like 5 times in my life before coming to Brazil. And so I can run really fast. I have these enormous fountains of energy. I'm just pretty much the only one sprinting the whole hour of the game. Um, but at the same time, I cannot shoot it for the life of me. I can kick it only in extremely simple terms. Like my hand-eye coordination, any motor coordination associated with my foot is non-existent. We'll go with the Caro today. Wait, so Agiel, do you speak English? I'm gonna play Bishop D6. I really love this structure. I would play the Caro Kann every single game if I got this structure. It's a very cool structure. Castles, is castles correct? From what I understand, castles is not supposed to be the correct move here. Yeah, they're supposed to play Queen C2 first to elicit H5. I love this variation of the Caro. The reason I don't play the Caro is that I hate the other lines like the advanced variation and other things like that. But this variation with the Tetra structure, it's gorgeous. All I do is try to get the cube. Just give me the cube. You want to see more chess boxing? Yeah, chess boxing would be really cool. What am I going to do here? Where do we go in this position? Bishop g4 is often a good idea. You want to get them to push this f-pawn, because if they push the f-pawn, they weaken this square. Long term, we can install the rooks on that square. He's playing h3. I could take here. Yeah, let's go for it. I'll take here. Knight f4. And then I'm going to play g6, f5. I already think black is a little more comfortable. Xbar, do you speak Portuguese, or are you just using Google Translate? What's going on? Do you have another Brazilian in the chat? Rook e7. I gotta watch out a little bit for g3, right? Because, alright, well, that's just a blunder. Oh, could he play rook e4? No, rook e4, I play queen d6. I'm not calculating at all. Maybe I'll be able to get away with this game, but next game I'm definitely going to need to start to shape up. This is definitely not going to be the best way to handle these positions going forward. I could play queen d6. I could also play queen d3 and attack this. Alright, I think I'm going to play queen d3. Queen d3 takes. He plays rook e7. Ah, rook e7. Rook e7, then I take on b2. I take on c4. It's not that simple. Alright, I'm going to play queen d3. I have a really nifty trick here. Queen c1 I'm hoping for, and then I can take on e4. Please play queen c1. Please play queen c1. Queen c1 seems like such a natural move. It keeps my pieces off balance, but queen e4 just ends it. Queen e4 nails the coffin. It's time to go. Okay, he did not fall for it. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, he did not fall for it. Okay, so here I think I can even trap his rook. Knight e5, does that work? Knight e5, bishop moves, king f8, king e8. Wow, that works. That's insane. Knight e5, his rook is trapped. Bishop e2, king f8, rook c7, king e8. He plays f4 to attack my knight, but in the meantime I play king d8. Rook is just trapped here. Rook has nowhere to go. It's time to go. It's time to go, buddy. Caro, if I was getting this position every single game in the Caro, I would play the Caro nonstop. Caro is a great system. Alright, and it is time to go. Knight is perfectly placed here. I could have also played knight d7. That would have also done the job. Nice. Very clean game there. Can we get a game review? That game ended way too quickly. We definitely have time for a game review. Yeah, maybe I should play the Caro more. Alright, my internet is sort of stuttering. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It's time to go. Let's go to the game review. It's time to go. $98.3. You guys see that? 98.3. It's time to get it moving. What was my rating? 2,900? I'll take it. Apparently that was a perfect game. It's nice to see. Look at this graph. This is a graph of excellence in class. Yeah. No, I do love the Caro though. That has less to do with me and more due to the fact that I was just playing a structure I really love. If I could play that structure with doubled F pawns every game, I probably would. Such a cool structure. It's really time to go. 2 out of 2. We got to get moving. Let's watch Magnus's game. Magnus has some pressure. Yeah, Magnus is definitely better here. Look at this position. Bishop on e8. Clown of a piece. Bishop is just clowning around. Oh, this coffee is awful. It's instant coffee. Here knight g6. Oh, knight g6 should have ended it. Why didn't Magnus play knight g6? I guess he could trade here. Yeah, okay, maybe that doesn't work. Let's keep watching. This is still a disastrous position. I would bet knight g4. Knight g4 makes a lot of sense. Also bishop b6. No, but bishop b6 they trade first. All right. Yeah, Magnus is a real positional whiz. How do I just follow it live? It's not allowing me to follow it live anymore. Yeah, a lot changed. Knight g4, come on, knight g4. Nice. Yeah, f6 square is way too weak here. It's time to go. Yeah, instant coffee, man. They gotta like make a good type of instant coffee. I have yet to ever have an instant coffee that doesn't make me wince. Feels like running my tongue against I'm not gonna complete the analogy. It's gonna be too visceral. Feel, dude, Mr. Magnus, I think I studied like 20,000 hours and I played for another 10,000 hours. So, like, to get to Grandmaster, that's what you need to get, pretty much. There are people who've done it quicker because they're better resourcefully, but regardless, it's just going to take an enormous amount of time. Chess is an unbelievably complex game. There's still tons of positions I look at that I cannot really discern what's going on in. Nice. On an adventurer flexing his espresso machine. It's really time to go. We gotta get moving. Who are my favorite players? I'm a weird chess player, man. I don't follow almost any chess. Like, I just read books, pretty much. I read books and I work and I go to the gym. I spend several hours a day at the gym. Maybe not that's an overstatement. I spend like an hour at the gym, but I'm just sort of in my own personal bubble. I'm rarely following like any type of social or sport event. Definitely. 100%. How many people in the world have PhDs? I rest my case. Who's my favorite Brazilian celeb? I don't I don't really follow any. Like guys, I don't even have Instagram. I just don't follow that. It doesn't enter my headspace. Like I just have too many things that like I need to focus on. Like right at the moment now, I just turned 31. Like I really need to get these next 5 years correct if I want to have the type of life that I want. And so pretty much what I mean by that is like eventually I want to have a family and be able to travel with them, but that's going to be very expensive. Right? Like paying for a wife and kids to travel with you, that's going to be unbelievably expensive. So everything in my life now is just focused on developing different assets toward some type of business model that makes me secure financially. The only title player I ever played was Jeffrey Seong. Dude, Jeffrey Seong is fantastically strong. Jeffrey Seong, it's sort of sad what happened to him. He was like 27-20, and then Corona happened, and like he's still an extremely strong player, but it seemed like he was on track to become one of the world's elite. Extremely strong player. Unbelievably strong player, Jeffrey Seong. All right, we're on the cusp of round number 3. There's always going to be one of these. There's always going to be one of these in Title Tuesday. Oh, this is actually that was a tricky position. That was very tricky. What? No. Wow, that's insane. White, if black had made one more move, it would have been a forced draw. All right. It's time to go 2 out of 2. Oh, Niels Grandilius, he's good. He made a course where he recommends something against the bird. Let's see if he plays it. Let's see if he plays it. I know exactly what the recommendation is. He's going to play d5 and then bishop d6. I remember this variation from my course. I sent in updates from my course based on his recommendation. Let's see if he plays his course recommendation. Are you rooting? Of course I'm rooting for Paraguay. How is that even a question, Martin? Knight d7? What is this? What is this nonsense? Play your course recommendation, Niels. Knight d7 is an awful move, though, by the way. The knight belongs on c6 in pretty much every position in these structures. Maybe more accurate technically was b3 there, just to preempt this g6 funny business. But okay, we're going to take and play knight c3. This is a good structure from what I remember. Yeah, this is just a fantastic stonewall. This knight is really misplaced here. We have to play a4. We cannot allow b5. Nils is already in the Dragon's Den, if you can believe it. He's in the Dragon's 10. He's in the Dragon's Den or the Dragon's 10? Did I just say Dragon's 10? I meant to say Dragon's Den. This g6 move is very weird. Let's put the queen on b3. I'm going to put the knight on e5. Very comfortable position here. He's playing the Birdmaster. If it's not a lukewarm cup of coffee, then I'm not the Birdmaster. Bishop e1, bishop h4 is a classic idea. All right, rook b8. Let's put the rook on. I guess he's playing for b5 long term. I'm not sure how good that could be. I'm not sure if I should be afraid of b5. He can't even really play b5. If he plays bishop a8, I just snack on a6. He's in the eagle's nest. It's time to go. It's time to run, Niels. Niels, you called my opening a joke. In your course, you called Bird's opening the bozo opening. You called it the bozo gambit. Okay, I'm just joking. He didn't say that. He was actually very respectful of it. Niels Grandilius, I never met him in person. Seems like a really nice guy. I'm just joking. Just kidding around. And guys, do not send hate mail. Do not send hate mail to Nils because of these jokes that I'm making. All right, knight e4. I could definitely play bishop e1. From what I remember, though, could we just take and play? This is still a very uncomfortable position. Bishop e2. This is going to be weak, and I'm going to try to play knight c6. He has to play bishop d5 here. But I play queen c2, and he has lots of things that are hanging. Nils came into the eagle's nest looking for the golden goose, but all he found was the ugly duckling. The beautiful swan had already left. All right, let's just take this way. I need to study these positions in greater detail. I don't know what's happening. I would venture that white is at least equal here. This pawn should be a little weak. These positions, rook f7 is a really classic idea. What's going on, Hobo Togo? We're playing Nils Grandilius here in the birdhouse. All right, takes bishop d5. Can I play queen c2, queen c7? Yeah, let's go for that. He's doing that. Now I take on b4. Well, let's just play bishop b4. Let me just trade off the bad bishops. Bishop b4, bishop d5. Yeah, this is perfect. He's in a lot of trouble here. Bro is definitely in the Eagles lair now. Eagles cooking up a big scheme right this instant. Queen g5. Uh-oh. It's time to go. Let's play play rook f4. Yeah, let's play rook f4. It's honestly a pretty nifty position. I don't know what's happening. This is a real mess. This is a complete mess. I don't know what's happening. Play. Honestly, like the thing is if rook f1, rook c2, that position gets a little annoying. This e3 pawn is a little weak. I'm gonna play rook c3. I'll take back with the pawn. I might play king f2 if I have to. This pawn is very annoying, honestly. Yeah, I had estimated that this position was better structurally because all of his pawns are on light squares. But it turns out my bishop doesn't have much to do. I need to just take this pawn on b5 and learn to be happy. Okay, if we take the pawn on b5, he plays rook b8, I play queen c5. Where exactly is he going in that position? Can I go for that? Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Takes there. Yeah, let's just go for it. It's time to go. I know for a fact he does not want to lose to the bird. He's a very like respectable GM. Oh, he could play rook a5. Oh, I missed rook a5. I completely missed rook a5, but he can. Okay, well there. So bishop f1 takes. If bishop f1 takes, I play queen. No. This is getting wild. Okay, let's play rook f1. This is getting wild. This is a complete mayhem. Wait, could I play rook c1 takes queen c7? No, then he plays rook b7. If we play bishop f1 though, he takes and I play rook c2. That's still a wild position. I have to hurry up. I gotta do something. I think I need to get out of the danger though. He takes, I'll play rook c1. I don't think there are any issues there. He goes there. Well, now we can play rook c2. It's time to go. Plays rook b7. Oh, he holds on with rook b7. Yeah. It's time to go. I'll play rook e8. h4 is a very sneaky idea. Can I play king f2 here? Let's try king f2. I'm going to try to trap the queen. I gotta hurry up. I only have 16 seconds. I'm playing like a 2600 level GM, and here I am just talking about it. Shooting the breeze. Alright, here, what are we gonna do now? How am I gonna do this? Yeah, is this just gonna be a draw? Alright, I guess I'll take a draw. Yeah. No, I think I had something better, but you know, a draw is respectable at the end of the day. This guy is very strong. Yeah. No, Grandilius is extremely strong, honestly. Oh, that's frustrating, though. That's very frustrating. It's ironic, though. I was recycling a thumbnail from a previous video, and in that video, I had also played Grandilius. With the, not with the bird, though. This time it was with the bird. This time he got, well, he didn't get birded. I was going to say he got birded, but we didn't beat him. That doesn't count as a bird win. Why focus on the game when I can just make bird jokes? Yeah, he was caught in the cabbage patch. Yeah, he has the Grand Roy Lopez, of course. That's the one. Yeah, that was a wild game. It was a really intense game. It was definitely time to go. 100% it was time to go. When else is it time to go? Um, Thoughts on the Nimzovich defense? Nimzovich defense is good. I can't see any issue with it. Yeah, yeah, as any GM would be. Very strong player. Yeah, let me know. Is the sound all right? Last time I watched my stream, I hadn't had the sound on properly, and so the mic was just picking up very low. Is the sound normal? I can change it right now. Just you guys gotta let me know. Like occasionally, I have these stream situations where people just think it's intentional, and it's just because I'm a streaming novice, and so I don't know any better. So y'all are gonna have to let me know if the sound quality is bad, if anything like that is bad, because it's time to go. All right. We're waiting on this game here. No, this was the game from last round. Sound is good. Nice. Bird defense in the Roy Lopez. I'm looking into that. I'm definitely looking into that. What happened to the wireless mic? I can't connect the wireless mic to this, believe it or not. Yeah, status quo bias, definitely. No, the bird is not bad at all. Like the bird, objectively speaking, it's slightly inferior to the other moves. Chest hair interference? Man, I'm Turkish. What do you expect? My dad is Turkish. Do the math. You can't be half Turkish and not have chest hair. I'm playing Mokidin Madaminov. From, what is that? Azerbaijan? No, Uzbekistan, sorry. Uzbekistan. Let me go with this. Knight c3. Let's put the knight on f6. Queen e2. We just take and play queen d5. I'm not sure what to do here. There are a few ideas. You could play queen a5 and bishop f5. You could play knight d7, knight f6. Lots of things you can do here. I don't really like either of them, though. I'll play queen a5. That really depends. If you're playing someone who's preparing against your bird, it's a little risky at that point, but that's if you're playing at an extremely high level. Like, even at my level, I would bet if someone memorized my course, even at my level, you would be able to win most of your games. My favorite chess books? What? Queen f4. What are we doing here? Just play queen f5. Just try to trade the queens. It's time to go. I'm just going to try to trade the queens. It's trading queens time, buddy. We're trading the queens. Play bishop f5. Oh, I can't take on c2. That's nifty. That is nifty. Look at that. If I take on c2, he plays d3 and traps my bishop. This guy's playing a little nifty. Cheap Bluetooth dongle. I don't know what a dongle is. Yo, what's going on, Sarah Merrill? I'm liking the all caps energy. It's really time to go. This is a very good player. He is a GM after all. Play f6. I'm going to try to play e5. I'll put my bishop on e4 eventually. Just waiting for the proper moment. Yeah, this is wild. This is really wild chess at the moment. This is alien chess. I honestly don't know what I'm doing. If I'm speaking honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. But okay, no, this is the idea. Knight f5, we have h5 here. He plays knight e6. I think I could play... Well, no, bishop d6, I'd drop this pawn. I would probably have to play king e7 there. I don't think that's that bad, though. In many of these variations, I'm going to have to be giving up the bishop pair for the knight, but as long as... Okay, can we play king f7 here? King f7, bishop c4, and b5? No, that doesn't work. As long as we keep the structure stable, I don't see that there would be such a problem with it. Wait, why not bishop e4? Bishop e4, knight c7 here. Takes, that's fine for me. Bishop e4. If bishop c4, then we can play rook c8. No, sorry, bishop e4, he has to move the rook. Yeah, so this is my idea. Bishop e4, now king f7. Now the difference, king f7, bishop c4, we can play bishop d5. That makes a hell of a difference. Well, actually, wait. King f7, bishop c4, bishop d5. He takes, and plays knight c7. So we're still in the cabbage patch, it turns out. It turns out we never left the cabbage patch. The grass just got thicker in the cabbage patch. We'll take with the rook. He's definitely slightly better here. d4. Yeah, things are a little tricky. Let's play c5. I'm just going to align all my pieces against this dark-squared bishop here. I have no idea. What type of question is that? This is No Tip Tuesday. Did you forget? It's No Tip Tuesday. You're not getting your tips. Win with dignity. Yeah, you got to win with dignity. And no, it's the opposite. You got to win with grace. You got to lose with dignity. I just dropped a pawn here. Yeah, I just dropped a pawn. Let's play a5. Rook c8. Okay, wait, if I take then bishop a3. Uh-oh. Let's play rook a7. Yeah, I got swamped this game. I got supremely swamped this game. Let me put the knight on e6. This actually, I don't think this is that easy for him to win, though. It's very hard for him to use these pawns. I need to just play quickly, and I need to win with grace. I need to lose with dignity. It's time to go. Yeah, I want to remind everyone, this is like the talk show. This is like a Title Tuesday talk show, right? I'm not, at the end of the day, if I was trying to win these games, I would not be talking into deep time pressure. It's very tricky to win with grace and lose with dignity. I'm just going to wait around. I'm just going to hang around here. Let's play h5, king f7. Keep this under control. So you're going to play h5 here. h5, then we have... Things are getting a little tricky there. Things are getting a bit tricky there. Let's play h5 now. Well, we have a moment. Knight g7, knight f5. Could be interesting. Okay, knight e6. Rook f5, we play king g6. Everything is still holding on. This is a complete minefield of a position. Alright, just put the rook on h8. I gotta focus, honestly. Okay, well... No. No. No, he got me. He got me. I dropped a pawn. Now it's gonna get very bad now. Because the whole thing here was that this was restricting his bishop. If his bishop isn't restricted, things are gonna get far worse. Things are getting much worse now. It's time to go. He'll take the pawn. Do I have anything here? I'm not sure I have anything. Things are looking pretty dire. Oh, c4. Yikes. Uh-oh. Alright. Sounds like my computer is about to explode, by the way. Hopefully it doesn't. My computer sometimes just gets to overheating and things get very tricky. Alright. That was a tough game. No. I just like streaming early title Tuesdays. Can you as a GM generally tell if enemy is cheating? Not really. Sometimes. Sometimes, but not always. I've never heard of this GM. Macho 2006, he's a young GM. Very strong though. Yeah, these Uzbek players are fantastically strong. Very strong. Alright, so we start on what? 2.5 out of 4? This is time for the break. Yeah, it's time for the Title Tuesday, the first break of Title Tuesday. It's time to go. Whew, man. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. Yeah, everything will eventually work out though. Yeah, the bird. What a strong opening the bird is. I shouldn't be playing the Caro that much. I think my fault in that last game was playing the Caro against someone who's not going to go for the Tetra structure. Yeah, thank you, Edwin. That's very nice of you. Tom, eventually I'm gonna put out a video. I'm gonna put out a video. It's like an 130. It's gonna be an enormous amount of work. It's like a 5-hour video, pretty much, on every book I ever read. It's taking a while to edit, though. Hence, it's gonna be a while. How big is the difference between Magnus and the other top players? I don't know. Big. It's big. I would call it big. Did I have steak or pasta? I didn't have either. I had these Christmas cookies of all things. I bought a bag of these Christmas cookies. There's this thing called Festa Juliana, which is about like a winter festival, because in Brazil, here in Brazil, it's the southern hemisphere. It's actually winter down here, and yeah, I bought a bag of these Christmas cookies and I had some of them for breakfast. So not the healthiest, not the healthiest of breakfasts. A no cam late title Tuesday at some point. I honestly don't think it matters at all. We'll agree to disagree, Randall Times, on that. I don't think it matters at all. People play the Stafford Gambit all the time, and Eric Rosen, from what I understand, Eric Rosen has never even broken 2,800 on chess.com. So I don't think it matters so much. I think to like a select few amount of people who really want to see the like someone's rating go up, it would matter, but I don't really think it would matter. Like if you look at the top streamers, right? Like look at Gotham, look at all these different people. I'm already higher than them for the most part. Like okay, right now my rating is pretty low, but back in the day I was like 2850. So like that's much higher than Gotham, that's much higher than a lot of these other top top YouTubers. But that's not what people care about. I don't think it would really make any difference. I think it would be nice just for the matter of bird honor to get the bird up to 3,000. No. It depends on what part of Brazil you're in, right? Like, if you go to certain parts of Chicago, you are going to have a bad time. If you go to certain parts of Washington, D.C., you're going to have a bad time. If you go to certain parts of London, you're going to have a bad time. New York City, I can guarantee you certain parts you're going to have a bad time. So it just depends on the area. The area I'm in Brazil is extremely safe. Arguably much safer than New York City. Yeah, I literally have yet to have any issues here in the city I'm in Brazil. Yo, what's going on? Junior Hater. What's happening? No, I mean that's what I assumed, and then I just started talking to some Brazilian people, and they told me that the south of Brazil is very safe. Lo and behold, I came to the south of Brazil once, and I realized how safe it was, and since then I have been pretty much trying to live here. I do speak a little bit of Turkish. Only a tiny bit, though. Is Twitter not working there anymore? I wouldn't know. I don't go on Twitter. Which U.S. state are you from? I'm from, what state am I from? I'm from New York. From New York City. Ever bird OTB 20? Yeah, I have. I beat 2 IMs with it in classical chess. But this was before I knew the bird well. This was when I was just starting to do work on the board. This was in like June of 2023. May and June of 2023. So it's before I knew the bird that well. You say he's the worst streamer, but if he gets a lot of views, then that sort of means that he can't be a bad streamer. But yeah, I understand your opinion. I know some people that find him annoying. I like him though. I definitely like him. They should be watching the Birdmaster. It's to each their own, to each their tastes. I live in the south. I live in the south of Brazil. Sim, o sul é o meu país. Não, tô brincando, né? Mas não, seriamente eu moro aqui em Joinville. Joinville is a very safe city. Joinville is an extremely safe city, honestly. I was recently talking to some communist girl, and she was telling me, yeah, there's some communists here in Brazil, which I find very, very funny. But she was telling me that there are favelas here, and I just can't believe it. I'm gonna go on a little excursion later, maybe today or tomorrow, and try to find these favelas that she was describing. I have a classical chess game. I'm just joking about that, by the way. I wouldn't actually go to a favela, but I would like to see more neighborhoods in the city. Sometimes I say things jokingly, and people think I'm being serious. Yeah, dude, dude, I'm not joking about the bird. Like, all jokes aside, the bird is gonna bulldoze people. If you learn that course in depth, you are gonna bulldoze people. The bird, it's unbelievably strong. I have one student who I teach personally, and I essentially gave him all of the secrets of the bird like a year in advance, because back in like November of 2023, I was finishing up the bird course. I was finishing up the bird course October, November of 2023, and then I was putting the final touches on it just before New Year's. And so pretty much he was playing the bird course for like a year before it came out, and he's gone up 300 or 400 points in rating. He was like 1450, and now he's like 1800. Do you think Gotham can make GM? I don't want to offer an opinion. If I offer an opinion, I would get in trouble. So let's just say my opinion would not be the popular one. I used to, back when I was living in New York City, though, I knew Gotham, though. Gotham's a very nice guy. Very good guy. I wish him the best. I wish him the best of luck. From my personal experience, it's unbelievably difficult. I'll leave it at that. He has more resources. Yeah, let's go for the Benko. Let's see what happens here. Benko's a really cool opening. Yeah. Regarding Gotham, what do we play here? Let's play d6, g6. I'm just going the old school way. Apparently there's something that's supposed to be slightly incorrect about this system. There's something that's supposed to be slightly incorrect about this system, but from what I understand, I should have probably put my queen on a5 first. Yeah, what was I talking about? With Gotham. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. Yeah, with Gotham. My opinion on him, if he, so the thing is that back in like 2018, I was friends with him. I knew him well. We were both IMs. And I essentially took a crazy decision. I decided to move to Peru and study chess 10 hours a day. And that worked for me. As you can see by the thing next to my title, I am a GM now. But it was an enormous amount of work. And if he's trying to make GM while also doing YouTube and doing all these other things, it's going to be extremely difficult. Maybe it's possible because he has more money, he has more resources. Maybe he'll be able to do it. It's going to be an enormous battle, though. I don't think it's what his coach is saying about it taking him 2 years. It's going to take him way longer. It took me 2 years just to get from 2450 to 2500. And if we look at his rating now, his rating is 2350. So it's not 2450. This is not a simple jump of just like 50 points in strength. It's going to be an enormous climb. Maybe it will be possible for him, maybe not. I'm realizing now I've gotten a strategically losing position in the banco because I've been talking. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I can't be responding to chat and also playing these games. Yeah, this position is losing here. I'm in a lot of trouble. I've made an enormous mistake. Okay, well that's bad though. He's supposed to take with the rook. He's supposed to keep this open for the with these weaknesses here. So okay, my bet paid off here then. My bet was that my opponent wouldn't know how to play the banco. Is it worth it being a GM? For honestly, it is not worth it at all. It's really not worth it. Like in terms of for personal pride, for personal satisfaction, then it's worth it. But for every other metric, it's not worth it at all. Like I mean, just look at the numbers, right? I made GM and nothing, literally almost nothing has changed in my life. Maybe a course sells slightly better because I have a GM next to my name rather than an IM. It makes literally almost no difference. I would assume it's the same for Gotham as well. Gotham is going to be enormously successful whether or not he makes Grandmaster. And so, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just like it's pretty much a meaningless title. You don't make any money from it, right? You're not getting like a monthly stipend from FIDE for making Grandmaster. You literally get nothing for it, and you're paying enormous amounts of money to get it. You're paying enormous amounts of money. You're paying like $1,000 tournament pretty much to just have a chance at a norm. Let's play knight d5 here. Start to put pressure on these pawns. Yeah. No, my whole idea was that I would make GM and then start making courses. So for me, it made financial sense to try to make the investment. Because if my courses sell, I don't know, like 30% better, then in the long term, it would definitely pay itself back. But if you're not focused on like building a chess brand, then I don't think it would make any sense. All right, we'll put the queen on b7, covering everything, keeping everything under control. How offended is my opponent going to be when he sees that I've just been talking about Gotham chess? I've just been talking about Gotham chess nonstop during this. I could play knight c3. Okay, he's going for that. Let's play knight b6. He's going to play b3. I'm going to play rook a3. I think I'm doing well here. No, actually, sorry. b3, I play rook a7, and I'm going to just double up. Oh, wait, no, he can play a4. He can play a4. I should have put the rook on a3. You find the balance between playing what you know best and not getting out prepared. Those questions don't even affect me now. And the reason why those questions don't apply to me is because I don't play professionally anymore. It was a fully conscious decision, mind you. I don't play. If I play c4, he plays a5, which I don't like. Oh, then I play c3. Yeah, that's okay then. Takes. All right, let's take this way. I'm going to get this pawn back. This is a mess. Complete mess. It's League of Legends. I don't play League of Legends. I'm wearing a Paraguay jersey. Does it look like I play League of Legends? You lose money going to tournament? Yeah, you have to pay for the tournaments. The tournaments are not funded. You lose a lot of money going to tournaments. I would say, yeah, like just in terms of like the actual cost of the tournament, it's probably like $1,000 per tournament, something like that. Honestly, more with airfare and everything. I was saving money because I was just living in Europe. But if you're an American trying to make GM and you're flying overseas, transatlantic airfares, those really start to add up. All right, well, what is he going for here? He's going for this. Let's play queen b3. I'm going to take here. I got to defend this pawn, though. Play rook a7. I got to focus a little bit, everyone. Just give me a second. What are we going to do here? Am I losing now? He could take here. It really is time to go, isn't it? I gotta get this pawn. Let's play rook e1. Is he gonna take? Taking is weird. I don't think that would necessarily be good for him. He's trying to cash out for the draw pretty much. Um I'm not sure who has the outside pass pawn here. That's the very interesting question. Who has the outside pass pawn in this position? All right, I guess this is just a draw. All right. Yeah, an interesting game. I think I might have had some chances at some point, but I made a big mistake by allowing a4. What's my opinion? Yeah, theoretical endgames are definitely overrated. What book you recommend for 2000? It depends on your skill set. If you're good at tactics, I would recommend a positional book. If you're good at positional chess, I would recommend a tactical book. Yeah. No, yeah, chess is very strange. Chess is super strange. Like there's still literally like no money in chess. I think Chessbro did a video on it on how what was it? Yeah, there's literally no money in chess pretty much. Like he was thinking about going to some tournament, and this one was like really properly funded, and even then it really doesn't make sense. Cada movimento tem consequências e cada escolha deve ser feita com cuidado. Every movement has consequences, and every decision needs to be made with care, or needs to be taken with care. Yeah, no, I like chess. I definitely love chess. Chess is really nice and all, but it is like I remember Fabiano talking about it, and Fabiano was giving an extremely sober perspective, and he said it is a board game after all. It's cool, it's nice, um, it's definitely interesting and fun, but I mean at the same time I owe my living to it, right? I make my money from this board game, so I shouldn't be roasting it or anything. But we really do live in a wild world where I'm just making content and giving lessons for a board game, right? But it's just a board game that people value. It's a board game that society values. And I mean, it does offer some other things. If you get better at chess, that does help with life in terms of just thinking critically and thinking logically, deducing things. Nice. What's going on, Casino Chess? Yeah, I played the Floripa a few years ago. Um, yeah, I don't. It's a little sad though. I don't play. I just don't play anymore. I don't have time. Like I made a deal to myself that I would play as much as I needed to make GM, and so essentially I played literally for like 2 years straight to get the 2500 rating and get the GM title. I put everything on pause, but the deal was that once I make the title, I'm going to need to just start, like really starting to take care of my finances and start like just being responsible. I mean, essentially, what I mean by that is that I make literally no money when I go to a tournament. It's like a $3,000 or $4,000 opportunity cost by going to a chess tournament. Yo, what's going on, Matt? Yo, Matt, thanks for all the support, by the way. I always see you in the comments and everywhere. It's really appreciated. Yeah, Chessable. I mean, Chessable depends. I've been trying to make great courses, so they've been selling well. But I think I've heard from my friends. Some of my friends even make courses that they put a lot of work into, but if it doesn't strike a proper chord with the Chessable market, it does not sell well. It all depends on like if it's well received or not. It's definitely no guarantee that you're going to be making money off of a Chessable course. The bird is only for white, Mr. Next Wave. Yeah, Japanese. Originally, I wanted to learn Japanese, but that's just going to be too difficult. I can't. If I wanted to spend the rest of my life just learning languages, I would try to learn Japanese, but it's not one of the fast five. All right, let's go. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 isn't a bad score. Playing Barnabas. What is this? A sheep? That's a funny photo. Um, yeah, no, I love language learning though. I again, like I've said it once, I'll say it again. I don't know exactly where my life is leading. My plan is to make several chess courses that I feel a real strong drive toward making. I feel like they're gonna fill in massive gaps in like the type of learning in the learning space because I just there's several topics on several courses, both openings and otherwise, that there have not been courses made on that are very useful and would fulfill a great function in the market. But once I do that, I am gonna move away from making chess content because there's a okay. We just play 95 here. I just reviewed this today on Chessable. Here we play c4. Bishop is dead. Yeah. No, languages I really, really love. I don't know exactly where my life is taking me, but it's gonna involve some type of like languages, video editing, making videos. I just mean like some type of YouTubing. I'm not sure exactly what it would be. And perhaps it's not, but I have always been really passionate about these subjects. I really love languages. I almost love it more than chess. Like if someone paid me to just sit in a room and study languages 8 hours a day, I could definitely do that the rest of my life. I might have to switch the languages up because maybe every few months I get a little bit sick of one language. It's it's very enticing stuff though. All right, we'll take here. Maybe I should. Why didn't I just put the knight on a4 first? What was I thinking? That was silly of me. Let's put the knight on a4 now. I could have just left it there though, because if he had taken, I would take with the bishop. We still got the classic bind here. This is a very good position. The whole idea is his bishops are completely blocked here. Let's start by putting the bishop on. Actually, should I play bishop e5 or not? Yeah, let's go for bishop e5. If he plays bishop d6, I can snack on the pawn. It's time to get snacking. All right, we're snacking. The snacking is happening. And he cannot take here because his bishop is hanging. You just had a half rack of ribs? That's intense. Yo, what's up, chess lover? What's going on? This is a dream position already. This guy's just gotten birded. Bishop c8. Let's just play d4 now. He'll play bishop a6. Yeah, I mean, the big problem here is that his bishop is not stable here, right? It looks like it's active, but the problem is that this is bad activity. His rook is tied to it. His rook is never going to be liberated. So what is his actual plan here? Okay, that's what he wants to do. He wants to undermine this pawn. I could definitely play queen h5. Could also play queen a4. Let's play queen h5. If g6, then I can take and install my queen on e5. Really important here, I just do not want to take back with this pawn. I need to keep my knight anchored in here to this great square. Yeah, that's true. Fig Newtons. I think you're thinking of Fig Newtons, not Fig rolls. All right, let's take this pawn here. Wait, this bishop is just hanging. This bishop is just hanging. The bird is so good, I was going for a different tactical opportunity. I was going for takes on knight d7, but here, let's just take the piece. Just take the piece and be happy. Nice, that was a very clean win. Let's look at the game review. Very, very clean win there. Nice. Guys, are you seeing this? I guess you can't see this. Let me move my face out of the way. Look at that number. You got to win with grace, and you got to lose with dignity. Really nice game. 3,000, I'll take it. I'll take that straight to the bank. Yeah, this is the one thing that I really love about the bird, right? Like, as you get good in it, you can literally win games without even thinking. Because it's just such a weird structure, right? Like, notice I was really not even paying attention to this game. I was just glued to the chat. But you still can beat strong players because if they haven't studied the bird, then they're not going to have any idea what you're doing. Have I ever visited Brazil's northeast? No, I have not. What part are you from, Adiel? Fig rolls? I don't believe that. Where are you chatting from? What country are you in? What do you think about Tyler One improvement? I only know about Tyler One's existence based on YouTube videos that I've chosen not to click on. So I have no idea. Keyword I have chosen not to click on. Like, I'm not interested in following other chess YouTubers' development. I wish him the best. He looks like a cool guy. He looks very muscular, very athletic. I definitely wish him the best, but who he is, I have no idea. Are you planning to do an abridged YouTube overview for the new bits? Matthew, I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking about that. I gotta reach out to Chessable to see if Simon plans on recording those at some point. I would assume that he's not, and that's completely fine. Fortaleza. Ah, Fortaleza é muito bom. Fortaleza. Eu quero muito conhecer a Fortaleza. How many games do you have in the Bird? I've probably played like 5,000 games in the Bird at this point. Guys, like, to be clear, I'm not doing false advertising. False advertising. If you study the Bird to the extent that I have, you will beat people that that easily. It's a system. Everyone thinks it's a joke. Everyone thinks it's a joke, so no one respects it. So people are going to be off guard, and then as soon as you start to tighten the screws, things get very difficult. Yeah, Matt, I'm definitely considering that. I'm also considering like just going through my quick starter as a video for my channel. Um, I have so many ideas. Like the other idea is that a bigger Bird book is going to come out next summer, and I'm going to have to do a lot more analysis. I'm going to analyze the four pawn attack in great detail, because there are these positions here. All right, I guess I can't play it right now, but there are these positions where you get your four pawns out and they go for a King's Indian style setup. And my recommendation in the Bird course is completely fine for the club player. You're just going to take on c5 and go for an equal position, which is avoiding all of the theory. But I do want to beef up that part. Yeah, on Adventurer though, the thing was that before I was even put on the contract, it was the only way for me to do the Chessable course pretty much was to do it with Simon. And this was back when I had no following. I signed the contract for the Bird course in January of 2023. So keep that in mind. Literally no one knew of my existence in January of 2023. So I think it was a great call on Chessable's part to have Simon do the course, to have Simon do it. Yeah, it's going to be Big Bird book. But so one of my ideas is that when I'm doing a lot of the analysis for that book, I'm just going to record it, and I'm going to put them up on YouTube. I'll have to figure out a way to make them interactive, because it shouldn't just be me reading the computer and like not talking at all. You're 1300. I have no idea. I have no, like, how would I ever know, right? You have to understand, like, in chess you can be good at tactics, you can be good at strategy, you can be good with a lot of various things, you can be good at almost anything. So how would I know what your particular skill set is? That's a question that literally everyone asks, and it's I don't know. It's very tricky, right? It's like asking. I don't even know what it is. It's like asking what you should go to college for. It's just something that you would need to give me a lot more details before I could offer any opinion that would be remotely valuable to you. I could offer you an opinion that's not valuable if you want that. Penguin GM is playing. We're on 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6 is not bad. 4 out of 6 is definitely not bad. We drew Grand Delicious. We drew Grand Delicious. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Leighton Phillips? What's going on? Oh, F, you're in UK. All right, that's cool. What should I go to college for? Man, how would I know? How would I have any idea? I don't even know your first and last name. Your name is literally Skeptic on the chat. How would I ever be able to offer realistic advice? Does my dad play chess? That's a really interesting story. When I see my dad, I'm probably going to see him sometime next year. When I see him, I'm going to try to bring him on the channel. He is unbelievably talented in chess. I think he would have been Magnus Carlsen, honestly, if he had tried chess at all. To give you guys a little short story, he had played maybe 5 games of chess in his life, and he played a game with a lot of effort against me, and I was already an FM, and he almost beat me. Like again, this was a game where I was just chillaxing, just like shooting the breeze, not really focusing. But even so, like just think about that. He had spent maybe 2 hours playing chess in his entire life. He'd spent maybe 2 or 3 hours playing chess in his entire life, and he almost beat me, and I was an FM. And again, I wasn't really focusing, so maybe you could like drop my level down to 2,000. But even so, this is someone who has an unbelievable amount of focus. I think my dad probably definitely would have been a GM. He has much better skill set than I do. He's like almost an autistic level of focus when it comes to these things. Autistic, if you could say so, in a politically correct and unoffensive way. I definitely don't mean it in terms of any offense. You got the Fig Newtons? We're playing Olga Matveeva. What country is she from? Alright, I would assume some type of Slavic country based on the last name. Russia, Ukraine, maybe Poland. Alright, this is interesting. If you want to avoid this system, just play e3, by the way. The whole idea of the system is that they're going to play knight d7 next. Is knight d7 happening? Knight f6. Well, knight f6, now we just play h3. This is standard. This is standard boilerplate. This coffee is getting progressively colder and colder. Alright, we play c6. Here we'll play b3. These systems are also very poisonous. You play bishop b2 and you launch your pawns forward. A really important point here, make sure that you do not allow them to play e5 easily. If they play e5 easily, you're going to be in trouble. Notice I've made sure to keep an eye on e5 so that if they play e5, I can just snack on the pawn. Alright, g6. We could play g4, bishop g7, g5. Those positions get really wild. I'm not sure how good they are, though. We'll play c4 here. I'm going to put my knight on c3 soon. We have a very interesting pressure here. Maybe e5 is going to be possible at some point, though. Something like takes, bishop takes an e5. But then I play f5, actually. Alright, so here we could play bishop a3. Bishop a3 and say peekaboo. But no, bishop a3, they just play bishop f8. That doesn't really do anything. We castle queenside? Let's castle queenside here. I don't know what's happening in this position. I would assume this has to be at least okay. Playing for a4. I'm not sure a4 is the end of the world, though. Let's play g4 here. a4 I just take with my knight. Oh, well, then they take this. Ooh. Yeah, this is getting a little spicy. Alright, let's play h4 here. We have to play h5. I don't know what's happening. I might be worse here. I think I messed this up. What age I started playing chess? When I was 6 years old. Alright, here we could take. We could also play g5. No, we have to take. We have to open the board. Have got to open the board. Oh, I really like this move. Look at this. f5. Just crunching open everything. If pawn takes, we take the knight. If this pawn takes, we're gonna crunch through here. The old Captain Crunch maneuver. Y'all know what it is. It's Captain Crunch time. Knight e5. Queen g2. I want to keep an eye on this knight g3 hop. We're preparing bishop e2 as soon as we can. Bishop e2 and takes is definitely on the itinerary here. Pawn structure is looking ugly, but at the same time, there are no files being immediately opened here. This is going to be wild. This is a wild position. Actually, you know what? Takes now. Is it the right time to trade queens? Let's play bishop b5 first, actually. Bishop b5, I'm controlling all these pieces now. Knight c4. Okay, knight c4 would have been a really big problem. I'm very fortunate that knight c4 did not happen there. Here, what are we going to do? Takes, queen takes. Takes, queen takes, I just play queen d5. Nothing is happening there. Yeah, if I can trade queens in this position, I should be doing very well. My bishops are definitely going to make the difference here. Though, honestly, these pawns have a mind of their own, though. What other chessable courses do you like besides your own? Geary's Najdorf course helped me a lot. Gary Snyder, of course, was really instrumental in me making the GM title. But that's because my skill set was very unique. My skill set was very focused on my skill set was super focused around just middle and end games. So I just needed to get a little bit of help in openings to make a big difference. This is a very interesting position. Knight wants to come to d3. Let's play d4. Knight f3, I'm going to play queen d5 and just keep trying to bully the queen trade. Oh no, the queen f4. This is a wild position. This is a completely bananas position. I don't know what's happening here. We got to watch out for this knight f2 stuff. Let's play... Oh, rook d2 and then bishop h6. This is looking frightening. This is looking frightening, but I do have the bishop pair at the end of the day. This is such an insane position. This is such an insane position because the thing is here, if they start pushing the pawn, then their king might get weak. So we're at like a standstill here. If either side pushes their pawns, they're risking a real weakening of their king. Did I play bishop c1 here? Does that achieve anything? Did I play rook f1? No, rook f1, knight g3. That doesn't do anything. Play knight d5? Yeah, let's play knight d5. I don't know what's happening here. Don't even ask me what's happening. I'm not going to be able to tell you. White might be winning here. White might also be losing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, and if I knew, I probably wouldn't tell you. I would keep it a secret. Arsenal fans here, of course. This is Arsenal Nation. It's time to go. Queen takes h4. I have no idea what's happening here. Let's play... Well, rook d2, knight e4. Play rook c1. Knight e4. Knight e4, I'll play rook e2. Keep everything under control. I don't know what's happening. Alright, well that's a mistake, because now I throw in a check. That's a big mistake, because now I can take here on f7. That's more or less what I was waiting for. I was just trying to stay, like, waiting in the weeds, like Rambo. Waiting in the weeds for a mistake, and then finally trying to strike when the moment is right. If I take on f7, they play queen f6. I guess I have to go for it, though. Queen f6, I'm just going to hop my queen back. Hop, hop, hop out of the way. Knight e4. What is going on here? Am I still worse in this position? I thought I was better. But I guess I'm still worse. Uh-oh. This is getting wild. Alright. Somehow or another, I'm still... somehow or another, the position is still equal. Takes. And, okay, so the sparks... I think I'm better here. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm better in this position. Let's check. Let's throw in another check. Throw in another check. Throw in... Wait, is there a mate here or not? I'm going to throw in a check. Alright. This is wild. I gotta hurry up. I gotta play very quickly. I just gotta play extremely quickly. Did I blunder? Oh man, I think I blundered. What is happening here? Alright, I'm gonna check that way. How does this happen? How does this even happen? Am I getting mated? Alright, this is going to be a draw. Complete mess. Complete mess. Did he have any part in it? He presented it. He knows the value of it. It's a fantastic course. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I would never toot my own horn. But so I sent in the files to that course, and then I forgot about it. and then I had to review them 6 months later, and I just could not remember any of them. So I was looking at it as though I was looking at a new course, and I was astounded at the quality of the course, pretty much. If you get the course, you're going to see there are 1,100 variations. That's really all you need to know. It's 1,100 variations on an offbeat opening. It's time to go. That was an insane game right there. It's nice that I didn't lose. Things could have been way worse. Things could have been way worse, and it's certainly time to go. How much of this coffee do I have? The problem is it's instant coffee, so it just tastes awful. So whenever I go to take a sip, I can't take a big sip. I have to take a small sip. I have to portion out the pain. Portion out the pain. Partition out the pain. What am I talking about? All right. Playing Milos Spar. That's cool. From Poland. 4.5 out of 7. It's time to go. What are we gonna do here? Let's play e5. It's extremely strong long term. If you can force yourself to play it for a while, it's extremely strong. You will bulldoze people. We could play bishop c5. Yeah, it's cold. It's really gross, honestly. All right, we got takes. It's a two knights position. Four knights position, which is inherently very boring. Okay, takes. It's completely fine. This looks completely fine for me. I guess they're trying to play for e5. That must be the idea, to play for e5 in these positions. Bishop g5. I'll just play h6. I will happily play h6. Let's go castles. Sounds like a car just crashed outside. It was time to go. Alright, yeah, this is a very uncomfortable position after f4. How am I going to deal with this? Well, if we play g5, bishop g3, I'm taking on some weaknesses. I'm going to go for it, though. I think that this is interesting. Knight g4, f4 is... Well, yeah, f4 can't even be played on account of knight e3. My idea is to eventually rotate my knight around to g6. Knight is going to be very good on g6. Maybe he could play f5, knight e5, f6. That looks interesting, but I have time for king h7, rook g8, rook g6 there. I'm not sure this is the end of the world. Alright, queen h5. We're going to play king h7. If he lets me play f6, it's fair game. He has to play f6 here. Okay. I'm still waiting. You got to throw an f6, man. It's time to go. Oh, well, now... Oh, I see. Now if I play f6, queen g6 happens. Ah, that's sneaky. That's very sneaky. Alright, we'll play queen e8 here. He has to play f6 now. We're going to see f6 now, don't you? Oh, well, actually, wait. Wow, f6, queen g6, and I'm still dropping this. That's wild. Rook g8. It still looks okay for me. I have no ideas of playing g4 and locking the queen in. This position is just bananas. How do I always get these bananas positions? Can someone let me know? I always look at my position and it just says bananas. It's time to go. Rook d3, g4, rook g3. G4, rook g3, rook... Wait, why can't I just play f6 now? Yeah, he no longer has queen g6. f6 takes, I take with my bishop. That's completely fine. Yeah, there are just these cars continuously crashing outside. I don't know what's happening. It's car crash day in Brazil. G4, I mean, G4 I'm not sure about. Rook G3... I think G4 should be Should it be played or not? I guess not. Let's play f6. It's really hit or miss, but I think it's better to keep the position more open for the bishops. That's what my logic is. He's going to install a knight on c5. He's going to play knight a4, knight c5. I'm going to take this pawn. Play rook g3 next. Yeah, this position is bananas. Fantastically put. It's a bananas position. No emoji has been more accurate than that last emoji. Let's play rook g3. Takes. Takes. Let's go in there. Play rook d8. I think he's in a lot of trouble here. I'm going to play rook d2. It's time to go. Rook c2 is coming. We got to get moving. Rook c3, I play bishop a5. If he plays knight e6, knight e6 doesn't really even threaten anything. And knight e6, then I have ideas of check and bishop f2. Just look very uncomfortable. Yeah, the bird homies do need a community. Rook c3, let's play... Okay, so bishop a5. What is the problem with bishop a5 here? I'm going to go bishop a5. Ask him the important questions. Rook c4, we have bishop f7. Oh, then he has knight e6. That's his idea. Rook d3, well, here I'm snacking on the pawn. You don't have to ask me twice to snack, buddy. I'm snacking the very first time. Let's play rook c4. Gotta keep snacking. Okay, rook c4, he plays b3, takes. He's getting some tricks. Should I just play rook d2 here? Rook d2 here, I get the bishops. He's gonna get a pawn back. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's just play rook d2. If he wants, he can take his pawn back. I think with my two bishops, I'm gonna be much better. Rook g3, okay. Now, I gotta stay calm. I gotta stay calm and collected. Play bishop b6 here. Okay, well no, bishop b6, he plays rook g7. How can I attack this pawn in an effective way? I need to get my bishops out. I need to get my bishops out. Let's start with a check. Not sure what that did, honestly. Play rook e1 next. Knight c5. I'm going to put my bishop on h5. Bishop could come to b6 next. I don't think he has any immediate mate. I need to be very careful, though, here. Maybe he doesn't have an immediate mate. Yeah, I missed that. I'm completely losing here. I have to try this, but I think the game is over. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, sadly it's time to go. A really wild game. I completely underestimated his knight coming in here to d7. Just once this knight gets here, it's all over. Yeah, that was frustrating. Alright, so we're on time for a break. It's break time here in Title Tuesday. It's time to go. That guy's definitely Polish. 100%. Come on, Miloš? Are you kidding me? That's not an Indonesian name. Let's see what's going on with Magnus. Magnus lost. Wow. Wow, what a wild game. Magnus lost to, who is this, David Anton? David Anton Guijaro. Yeah, that's a good game. It was time to go. Whew. Getting a little tired here. I really like the aspect of these streams. You stream for 2 hours. You get in some good chess. Some witty banter. Some dry wit. You pick up some apples in Nantucket. That's good. That's good to hear you're mastering the nuisance chess. Whew. Yeah, it's time to go. I gotta get moving. I can only talk about chess for so long before it gets exhausting. I probably shouldn't have eaten Christmas cookies for breakfast. That was not the smartest approach. Is Gotham Chess playing in this tournament, by the way? I know he had a tough tournament. Yeah, you got to snack on the Nantucket apples. Nuke the coffee. I don't know, man. I'm just taking tiny sips of it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and I would even go as far as to say it's grotesque. See how Naroditsky. Naroditsky. This is such a classic Naroditsky game. Of course, Naroditsky would play to win this. All right, it's a draw. Hikaru left title Tuesday, probably because he didn't want to face the bird. It was time to go. How did Hikaru finish? Like that, honestly, when I hear stuff like that, I feel it's just very comforting to know that like this tournament is so tough, it makes Hikaru rage quit. It literally sounds like cars are just successively crashing outside. That can't be the case. It must be some other type of construction. Or it might just be time to go. Pre-workout? No, the pre-workout is amazing. Wait, how many points does... Oh, Faustino Oro only has 4.5 out of 8. That makes me feel better. The Super Genius Kid only has 4.5 out of 8. It's also important to keep in mind that most of the other people are not talking during their games. Hikaru only has 5.5 out of 8. Wow. 5.5 out of 8, that is tough. It's time to go. We're getting moving. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we're on time for a break. So we're gonna have to talk a while. You only watch me and Naroditsky? That's flattering, man. That's nice to hear. Yeah, I really love Hikaru. Like Hikaru is a fantastic player, a fantastic streamer. The thing that I can't focus on his streams though, because he's always highlighting squares. Have you guys noticed that? Like I always try to watch his games. He plays brilliantly. He plays brilliantly, but I'm always just trying to focus on the position, but meanwhile he's highlighting like these random squares. And so I can't focus on the actual position. I'm like thinking for like a second and then he starts highlighting squares on the other side of the board. Wow. Dude, he has some real commitment. He's extremely committed to streaming. I guess, yeah, the Speed Chess Championship is about to begin. It's starting in a few days. This game is still going. Yeah, either cars are crashing or there's asteroids just falling right outside my building. Enormous amount of construction noise going on. Yeah, this is such a classic Title Tuesday matchup. 50-move draw between Rook and Knight. Alright, so it's going to be 5 minutes from here. It's going to be 5 minutes from here. Why are there so many variations in your bird course? You don't have to learn all of them. I don't know. If you asked me to replay all of the variations in the bird course, I might get only like 10% of them completely correctly. You don't need it. You just need to understand the ideas. Already, if you understand the ideas, you're playing so much better than literally 100% of your opponents. If you want to play it at a GM level, then you need to learn every one of the 1100 variations. If you want to play it at a good level, just literally pick like the 4 chapters that I talk about. The Fromm's Gambit ones. The Fromm's Gambit ones are necessary. You really do need to... Someone's calling. Someone's calling, but they never leave a message. Yeah, this place is frustrating. Eventually, I'll move up to somewhere else where there's not a phone ringing incessantly. Um, but yeah, to master the bird course, if you're under 2,000, you want to master the bird course. Literally, just do the quick starter. Do the quick starter. Do the 2 Fromm's Gambit chapters and do the Key Ideas chapter. You don't need to do more than that. If you want to really master the material and play it at an extremely high elite level, then you should do every variation in the course. But every variation in the course is certainly not necessary. Like if we think about my student who I taught the bird to like a year ago, I think if you asked him, he probably would only have had 30 variations memorized. And with those 30 variations that he's memorized, he's beaten like 2000s over the board with the bird. Your buddy got a crib in Nantucket? I just read that. I just read that. Your car's extended warranty is expiring. Yeah, we're just waiting here. We're just chilling out, waiting for the next game. At the moment, though, like there's so many people streaming. This guy is streaming. Who else is streaming? Is Farouja streaming? No, Farouja isn't streaming. A lot of these, there's so many chess streamers out there now. Magnus is only on 6 out of 8. That makes me feel better. That definitely makes me feel better. 4.5 ain't so bad if Magnus has 6 out of 8. It's really time to go. We're just waiting here. We're waiting here until the break is over. Um, I guess yeah. I'm not sure really how much time we have still in the break. I would say maybe like 3 minutes. Um, if we look at this game here though, just for a second, I just want to get some chess on the board. Honestly, I'm a little bit bored. No pun intended. I'm a little bit bored during these breaks. No pun intended. But takes rook f3, rook d8, rook takes g3, rook d2, and yeah, this position is wild. If I didn't want to get checkmated, yeah, people are literally like smashing things. There's like a live demolition going on outside. Yeah, I should have just taken here if I didn't want to get checkmated. I let his knights get into the party. And then yeah, the biggest mistake was right here. Right here in this position, he plays knight c5, and I let his knight into the party. If I just play bishop b6 here and trade the knight off, I should still be doing okay. Here, rook e7. Actually, this is still a disaster here. Look at this. Knight d7, he's going to take on f6. This is wild, though. Look at this. Check here. I go bishop d7, d1. This is astounding. Look at this. He's almost getting mated here. But he plays g3. And no, I'm the one getting mated. Am I the one getting mated? I think I am the one getting mated. Why are there breaks? There are breaks for people to go to the bathroom to get water. Because I'm live streaming, though, it sort of limits my options. Bishop h5, knight d7, bishop f7. Yeah, it's time to go. We gotta get moving. We gotta keep things going. I feel I've beaten this guy once in the bird, though. What? He's beaten me 3 times? No. He's beaten me 3 times in the bird? I definitely beat him once. Or maybe, no, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of another Polish player. I'm thinking of Piotr Nguyen. Someone else I beat who had a very similar profile. Very similar profile, very similar everything. All right, nice. We're back, though. The break is over. It's time to go. We got to get things moving. All right, b3. So this is a very cool moment. Look at what's happened here. We can't really commit our bishop to b5 yet because it's not doing anything. In this position, I recommend rook g1. It's a really cool idea. We're just playing for g4. We're playing for g5. He has to play d4, g5, knight d5, and then here we play knight a3. Or, sorry, we could even just play queen e2. The position gets really wild. Well, here we play g5, knight e4. Do we play bishop d3 or knight c3? I think we play knight c3 first. Takes, takes. Yeah, and this is just an insane position. Really importantly, do not trade here. Your pawn structure is going to go belly up if you trade there. We're just going to play bishop d3, queen e2, castle queenside. Position is straight bananas. He's playing f6. Wants to open things up. I want to play g6. I don't really want to take. f6 looks very dubious, though, because now when my bishop comes to c4, it's going to be a monster. Actually, yeah, let's go for bishop c4 here. If he takes, we take with the knight. And then queen h5 is... Yeah, queen h5 is going to be lights out. So here... Knight h4 takes, knight g6. No, that doesn't work yet. We need to distract this pawn. Could I play g6? Yeah, let's play g6 now. Has to play h6. No, you can't do that. He can't do that. No, this has to be going badly. But wait, what am I going to do? Let's play knight h4. This is a complete mess. We're going to play queen h5 next. f5. What is going on here? He's taking. He's taking. Okay, I'll take back then. I guess we're going to trade queens. I guess we're trading queens now. My bishops are very good here, though. I would assume white is better here. I would even go so far as to say that white might be winning. My bishops are fantastically strong here. My bishops are fantastically strong, and look at his pieces. His pieces are completely entombed. His pieces are completely entombed here. He's playing that. Obviously, he wants to play b5. No, 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 sir. We're playing a4. It's time to go. This is a beautiful position. This is a spellbinding position. If only I could sacrifice here somehow. If I could sacrifice here, we could push this pawn up and make a queen and checkmate. How can I sacrifice here, though? I'm very careful to play e4 because then it lets the knight get in. We got to be a bit careful. Probably I should put my bishop here to reinforce f5. Yeah, this is tricky stuff. Maybe I should just try to dominate the d-file. Yeah, his rook really... This rook cannot get in the game. He needs to play rook d8 and try to trade the rooks off. He goes there. Okay, so here, if bishop b7, I have rook d7. We'll start... Should my king go to e2 or f2? I don't know. It's almost identical. Let's play king f2. Well, now rook d7. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't think that was a good idea. Bishop d5 is going to be extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, bishop d5 is just the end of the game. Rook b8, bishop d5, I'm threatening takes and takes, but I'm also threatening takes and takes. There's too much. It's time to go. Bishop d5, end of the game. Completely the end of the game. Bishop a8, we just take. He goes there. Is he holding on? This rascal. This rascal found a way to hold on. Wow. But okay, fortunately for me, my position is still fantastic. Fortunately, we're still aces here. Let's play e4. I'm going to play bishop c1 and just take on h6 now. All right, let's take on h6. It's time to go. Just taking the pawn. Just taking the pawn and I'm playing for keeps. All right, so here you could play bishop f7. Yeah, I really like bishop f7. Let's continue it. He's going to take here. He's going to win a few pawns, but I'm just going to go for checkmate. I have a very simple plan here. Just playing this and playing for checkmate. His king is completely locked. I don't know how he's going to stop it. Bishop d5 has to be played, but then we play rook g3. Yeah, this is a disaster. This is an unmitigated disaster. If he takes, we take back, and then we're just threatening knight g6, rook h3. I don't think I've ever seen any position like this, where white is just so obviously playing for checkmate without queens on the board. This is astounding. All right, well, here, rook h3, this has to be over. Oh, okay, look at him. Look at this sneaky guy. He's waiting for rook h3, and then he's going to trade here. Then we take, he plays g5. That's still the end of the game, though. That should be fine. All right, we just take king g7. King g7, rook g3. The knight is going to come to f5. What? That's mate. It's time to go. You wouldn't follow Levy Rosman's search for G... What are you talking about? Chess Lover, something about your statement makes me think that English is not your first language. Search for GM? I'm not sure. What do you mean his search for GM? His quest for GM? What do you mean? Define follow. What do you mean by follow? I have many questions, Mr. Chess Lover. Many questions, many unanswered questions. Let's see what's happening in Seong's game. Queen b3. All right. Yeah, Serrana has a pretty big advantage. Serrana is a new member of the 2700 club. He's like 2710. Very strong player, only like 24 years old or something. He definitely has chances of greatness. Chances of greatness and chances of brilliance. Play d5. d5, break the position open. Yeah, destroy the structure. It's time to go. Take. Take, take, take. Does that work? Oh, and then you... Oh, yeah, it doesn't really work. You can't stand Levy? I like... Levy's a nice guy. I definitely like Levy. But, yeah, some of my friends think he's annoying, so I get it. But, I mean, also just to be so famous, to have such an established brand, and to have such a unique personality, you're going to always offend some people. Yeah, man. You're welcome. Thank you. That's great to hear. That's really flattering. Thank you, man. That's so nice of you. Yeah, guys, if you're watching and you haven't already subbed, please, if you want to support the channel, feel free to sub. It would mean an enormous amount. I was checking the numbers, and yeah, the numbers are pretty shocking, honestly. The numbers for these longer videos, a lot of people are watching to the end, which is a great sign. People really like the content. They're watching straight to the complete end. But at the same time, something very peculiar. 30% of people who are unsubbed are watching to the end, but they're not just clicking the sub button. Like, if you're watching to the end of my videos, you probably enjoy them. So if you want to help the channel, if you want to do me a solid, it would be nice for you to sub. That was the most shocking thing, that literally like 30% of people are watching to the end of my videos but are unsubbed. That I cannot understand. You just find him annoying? That's cool. He's a very nice guy. I haven't spoken with him in many years, pretty much. Oh, no, this was actually pretty funny. I was in New York City in May of 2022, and I saw him riding a bike, and I yelled at him. And he thought I was a fan, so he didn't look back, because he just didn't want to take a photo with someone who was yelling at him as he was riding on a bike. But then eventually he turned because I kept yelling at him, and then we talked for a few minutes, because of course he knows who I am. But yeah, I hadn't seen him at that point in 3 years, because this was like 2 years after the pandemic, and he'd been staying at home streaming like 10 hours a day, like building his enormous following. And meanwhile, I'd been in Europe pursuing the GM title, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool to catch up with him. Very nice person. You're not going to catch me ever roasting Levy on this channel. All right, I mean, we're waiting here. We're waiting for the next game. It's time to go. All right. Alexander Bortnik lost. Let's see what's happening between Lucky Puncher. This guy's name is Lucky Puncher. That's a nice name. This is the most drawn position I've ever seen in my life. You could take any of the pawns off the board. You could take any one of the pawns off the board and it would still be a very obvious draw. All right, it's time to go. Time for round number 10. Let's get it moving. Let's get going. Nice, we got another white. It's really nice. I'll definitely take the white game. I'll never turn down a bird. Okay, f4, g6. Here we play knight f3. We're going to play e4 next. If they play c5, we play c3. We're in the Sicilian. d5. Yeah, we play e5 here. You got to get the move order correct. There's some tricky things. If they play c5, then you can play d3. But in this position, you can just play for a big center. We play d4 here. If they play c5, we're just going to take the pawn. We're going to take the pawn and be very happy. Because his bishop is on the wrong side of everything. So while normally this is a classic French idea of playing c5 and taking with the bishop, he's already devoted his bishop in the other direction here. All right, so here, can I play a3? Let's play c3. I'm just going to try to play b4. Just going to try to build the bridge. Build a very classic bridge. Build the bridge of destiny. It's time to go. f6. f6 is a rambunctious move. Normally if they play f6, you play c4, but of course that doesn't make any sense since I just invested a move in c3. f6... What are we doing? What am I doing? What am I doing here? Okay, I mean, I could play queen a4. Queen a4 is a bit cheesy. No, he takes then. I'll just take here. I think this is going well. Play h3 now. If he gives me the light squared bishop, things are going very well. Yeah, this is going to be a very big weakness here. We should watch out for e5, though. We should watch out for e5. Let me put the bishop on b5 here. If e5, I can think about taking and snatching a pawn. But no, that wouldn't be good. That would open up the f-file. If he plays e5, I'm just going to ignore it and castle. I am up a pawn in this position. One of my best scores? Not really, Dr. Kankenstein. Definitely not. I got an 8.5. One Title Tuesday. There was one Title Tuesday where I beat Dominguez. I drew Geary. I played like the best games of my life. I beat Dominguez with the bird. That was the big one. That was the big kahuna. This tournament, what results did I have? I drew Grandelius with the bird, which is a good result. Grandelius is like a 2650 GM. A very strong result there. e4. Where should we put the queen? Let's put the queen on e2. Gonna play bishop e3. I think, strategically speaking, I would assume white is winning here. Because I'm up a pawn. I'm up a pawn and I'm gonna groove my pieces into these, in front of these pawns here. He should try knight h5 to play knight g3. I'm not sure how much of an issue it's gonna be. If knight h5, immediately I just play queen. We'll just play queen e1, keep everything protected. Still not an issue. I think he has to try d4, but then we take on e4. Things are going downhill. You could try bishop f6 to drill the knight into g3, but bishop f6, we play bishop e3, bishop h4. Now with the bishop on e3, I can sit my queen on d2 comfortably. I'm no longer blocking the bishop. It's already gotten out to e3. He was there. I definitely play g3. Yeah, I don't see what he has here. I'm going to play bishop e3. He could try queen d7. We'll play king g2. I'm keeping everything defended. Again, like, the idea is if I can just get my pieces around to guard these squares, I'm going to be strategically winning. I just need to get my knight to c2 and my bishop to e3, and then there's not even going to be anything up for debate. I'm getting a really big time advantage at the moment. Queen c8, let's play king g2. Knight e7. Knight is coming to f5. That's a strong idea. I respect that. Bishop e3. Knight f5. Can I play bishop f2 there? Knight f5 is going to be extremely strong. That's a very good idea. Yeah, maybe I'm worse here. I mean, knight f5, what is my plan? If I play b4 or knight f5, then I can play g4. Yeah, he doesn't have anything just yet. If I can just get my knight around, if he just gives me 3 moves to get my knight to d4, I should be winning. It's going to take a lot of time, though. Knight f5 immediately, I have g4, and everything is okay. I can't have the bishop here, though. If I have the bishop here, then he takes and breaks through an f4. That's That's not good news for anyone. Queen d8. Okay, he wants knight f5. He wants to play knight g3. Okay, so knight f5, g4, then he's going to play knight h4. That is the tricky thing here. So bishop e3, knight f5, bishop f2. How can I just defend this pawn? If I could defend this pawn, there wouldn't be any issues. Wait, could I play king h2? King h2 is hella sus. Let's go for it. King h2. If knight f5, I still play g4. Yeah, I think the stream is monetized. Unless I'm mistaken, it is. I'll check right after this game. It's very annoying. The way Streamlabs is set up, you're not really allowed to monetize. Okay, so now I can play, well, g4, knight e6. Let's play knight a3 here. Just going to reroute my knight over. Yes, my knight is getting closer. With each step that my knight gets closer, it's getting much more. So g4 here, knight h4. That's a little tricky still. We just play knight e3 though? Yeah, let's just play knight e3 and trade the knight off. Okay, yeah, I got everything I wanted now. I traded off this knight. We've kept his pawns blockaded. This should be winning now. Because I'm up a really important pawn here. And I have the bishop here. This pawn is extremely weak here. Okay, I really like bishop b3, poking at the knight. Very uncomfortable position here. If he does that, well, now I take and I'm out 2 pawns. d5, steamroll is coming. Choo-choo, everybody. The steamroll train is on track for destiny. Just trade the bishops. Dark squares are going to be very weak. Let's take twice. Okay, wait, I cannot play rook b1. I gotta be a little careful. Play queen e3. Takes, I just take with the rook. I could have also taken with the queen. Why didn't I take with the queen? Let's play rook d1 here. Knight e6. Yeah, knight e6 is getting a little tricky. Rook d2. Keep everything protected. There's a bit of discomfort here, though. Alright, let me play d7. Let's play rook a2. Just take twice. He's going to throw in a check. I play queen d2. Nothing. No tricks. All right, well, we're going to take here. I got to check. Going to keep checking. It's checking a clock. Okay, if he... Wait, yeah, if he checks, he doesn't have anything. We go king h1. He does not have a check. Check, I'm defending the rook. Check, I'm just continuing to check. Let's make a knight with a check. Just adding another piece to the party. Alright, where's the mate here? Let's go here, and that's mate. Nice. That was a spicy game. It's a crazy game. Yeah, let me check to see if it's monetized. I'm opening up my YouTube settings right now. Nice. That's good to see. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. It's really nice that I'm making the $2. The $2 from the stream are much appreciated. That was a wild game. A really bananas game right there. Do I play Dutch regularly as black? No, I'm sort of done with the Dutch. I used to really like the Leningrad, but now I'm sort of sick of the Dutch. Leningrad is still a very cool opening, but the whole problem is that if you don't know the theory, it's very uncomfortable. It can get very uncomfortable very quickly against experienced opponents. And so the whole problem is that, like, right now I'm not focused on chess, really. I'm focused on making courses and making chess content, but I'm not focused on chess training. So it's a big difference. Yeah, king just needs to aim for this. Opinion on woodpecker method? Thanks, man. Dude, that means so much. Thank you. That's extremely appreciated, honestly. I think that's the first ever super chat. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. Oh, rook c6. Oh, wow. That's it. It's over. All right, ready for the last round. Thank you so much, Unadventurer, for that. It's flattering. It will go toward a very good bloomin' onion. Playing Jepson. If I win this game, we get 7.5. That's not a bad score. Yo, thank you for the sub. Oh no, sorry, that's the super chat. Why is everything set to delay? I'm gonna have to turn off the delay. For whatever reason, I have it set to like 30-second delay. Yeah, I'm sorry about the delay. I have no idea why there's like a massive delay, but regardless, yeah, thank you so much. All right, we'll play b6, bishop b7, knight d7. This is the double fianchetto system. This is recommended in Gawain Jones's King's Indian course. It's a very, very good recommendation. This is extremely potent. The idea is we're going to play e5, go for this trade, and eventually the bishop is going to unleash. The bishop is going to unleash like the power of the sun. He's going to play bishop f3, I bet. We're going to play queen c8. I got a fianchettoed queen here. The idea is this knight is just not well placed with the pawn on c4. We're going to play e5. I don't know what he's on about now. What is he on about? Takes, d5. Let's play e4. This is a dream position in this setup. The whole idea is that, look at this. Now my bishop is fantastic. His bishop is pointed into concrete, on the other hand. Woodpecker method? Woodpecker method is okay. It's not one of my favorite books, though. I'll tell you that much. I'm attacking. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is he going to see it? Is he going to see that? Oh. No. No. All right. I am dead lost here. That's a big kahuna to drop. I was only thinking. Oh, man. Ooh, that's frustrating. I play bishop c3 here. It takes. I think I'm just going to resign. Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm just resigning. I dropped the full rook there, guys. I dropped the full mango. So 6.5 out of 11. Definitely not the best finish. Not the best finish, even though I was playing someone from Denmark. But yeah, suffice it to say, we will be back. You guys got to give me a little bit more time with the daily videos. With the normal videos on the channel, I'm editing one. We're gonna have at least one speedrun a week. I'm editing several at the moment. They're just gonna be coming out in a very intermittent fashion. But yeah, we'll always be here for the Title Tuesday streams. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't already subbed to the channel, a sub would be fantastically useful for the algorithm and everything. So with that being